BMW 760 is not exactly a compact sedan, so why did they feel the need to stretch it by a foot and call it the 760 Li? Well, the answer is legroom, and while I'm not exactly the best judge of such things, I feel like a smurf on a lazy boy back here, this car has acres of legroom, and even Gavin with his 6'3" frame is comfortable back here.
Unless your hobbies include exploiting Africa's mineral wealth and saunaing, you probably won't get to spend too much time in the back of the 760 Li. Luckily enough, I've had a lot of time to spend back here, as Chiro's been chauffeuring me around for most of yesterday, while I elegantly sipped on a tin of lager, imported of course, from Namibia. Now what's particularly engaging about the back of this car is just the fact that there's two of everything. I mean, you'd have to really be hard pressed to justify spending this amount of money just so both the passengers can watch different things on different televisions. There's separate air conditioning controls. I mean, there's even two cigarette lighters in case we both simultaneously want to light a cigarette at the exact same time and couldn't wait that extra 14.5 seconds for the other person to pass it over to us. It's all very, how should we say, overindulgent. I had no idea what that button did. But before I start getting too carried away about this car, let me tell you some of the things that I don't like. First of all, there's the V12 sign on the sill when you get into the car, which lights up at night. So you've got all of this cream and beautiful mahogany interior with this sort of glowing V12 sign. It's almost like having a giant exit sign at a gentleman's club, or one of those all-night sushi restaurant menus that sort of lights up. It looks absolutely ridiculous. Second thing I don't like is the way these headrests, when you fold them like this, I just don't like the way the leather creases in the middle. It just looks ridiculous. And then my biggest concern is this, is where a fridge should be. I don't even know what this is for, unless you want to smuggle uncut diamonds to the airport or something. But ultimately, where I'm sitting is probably the most luxurious place in the world you can sit as you get cosseted around the planet. It really is the absolute height of luxury. It's as comfortable as a vagina, and obviously a lot roomier. BMW have obviously tried to mimic first-class air travel, and I think they've actually not only accomplished it, but bettered it. I mean, for one, it's a lot more exciting. I can just jab Chiro over there, and he can floor it. But hold on to the camera. There's so many ways to spill your drink in this car, it's ridiculous.
The thing about the back seat is it's almost too comfortable. You want to be up here in front where it's exciting and where you get to control the 6-litre twin-turbo V12 that BMW has provided in this particular car. And what an engine it is. And it sort of makes you understand why BMW got into sailing in the first place. This car doesn't feel like it's being powered by something as vulgar as the explosions of petrol. When you put your foot down, it's a sort of heavenly sneeze. I'm just absolutely amazed at how BMW have made a car this big, this comfortable, and this luxurious handle like something infinitely smaller and infinitely nippier. I mean, look, it's not a Z4, but it's not boring. Now, most of the technological wizardry in here you can get on pretty much any other BMW. But what you can't really get is this engine. It's BMW's flagship engine. 750 Newton meters of torque, which is basically 749 more than the rear tires seem to be able to handle. I mean, it just does things that limos shouldn't be able to do. There we go. go from start, and foot down, and well, brake traction, traction control, brake traction again, traction control, and removing. There you go. And that's 100 k's an hour. Goodness me. Now I know what you're thinking. There's just no place for cars like these in today's world. It's a 6-litre V12. It's almost personally responsible for melting Greenland. But it's not, and I'll tell you why. BMW sells about 10 of those a month, and Toyota sells about 30,000 Yaris's every month. So tell me which one's doing more damage. The thing is, that car is almost the ultimate in luxury, and luxury is never going to go out of fashion.